reviewing old trailers. Now, because I knew I wasn't going to have much to say about this, I picked out the second trailer, and I'm going to do a little brief review on that. See if there's anything to comment on. Should we do a reaction for this one? Oh, we got some hills here, some grassy. Oh shit! Oh, that didn't look good. Oh, that's a pretty hot-looking chick there.
A communications disruption.
Oh, some bubbles.
One thing. Invasion.
A communications disruption.
At last we will have revenge.
Oh man, revenge.
Begin landing your troops.
The troops.
Our people are dying, Senator. We must do something quickly.
Yeah, we never see anyone dying in the film. We never get a sense of peril for the Nabooians. You don't care about anyone. It's a trade blockade. No one's fucking dying. They're just not getting the Kit Kats on time or whatever.
A communications disruption can mean only one thing. Invasion.
Okay, that's been memed. That fucking stupid line is being memed for good reason, because it just makes no sense. What do you mean a communications disruption can mean only one thing? Invasion. It can mean only... He's just like the guy who just chats shit like, oh well, that guy looked at you a bit funny there, mate. I think he wants to punch you. I think he wants to knock you out. And really, just like the guy actually just glanced at you, and you know that mate of yours who just chats shit to just cause drama. This is that guy. You don't have him on a fucking political council. Fucking Maester Cressin.
A communications disruption can mean only one thing. Invasion.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
A communications disruption. Oh, I'm hyped for this film. Fucking epic communication disruptions. People aren't gonna fucking be able to FaceTime each other from Naboo to Tatooine. I'm gonna watch Phantom Menace again because they've given me a promise here, and the promise is there's gonna be some communication disruptions in this film.
Can't fight a war for you.
I think we're going to have to accept Federation control for the time being.
There's obviously a lot more dialogue in this trailer. That's usually the case with like the second or third trailer. The first one's a teaser. And because this gives you more information, there's just more warning signs for like what was to come. I think it's more obvious that this is a shit film with this trailer.
You said people gonna die?
Look at that, did you see that? That's just such fake acting. He's looking something offset. He's pretending that there's something like terrifying there. It's just not convincing. You don't see anyone die when they blow up Alderaan, but the fact that it's just a fucking planet they're blowing up, an innocent planet. Just imagine if Grand Moff Tarkin had said to Princess Leia, like, you better tell us where those rebels are, or so help me God, I'm going to block off Alderaan's communications and I'm going to block off the trade routes. They can't get the hemp out. They can't get the coke out.
I can only protect you.
That, again, like, the way the Force is used in this film for the action scenes, it looks so shit and fake like that. It's like a kid playing. It literally is like a little kid pretending he's a Jedi.
Only protect you.
It's just so crap. It's just like, stop. Oh, they go on the floor now. There's no weight to any action set piece. They're so easy to destroy these droids. There's just nothing. And just having 10 more shots of them going like through droids doesn't make it any more threatening. It's just like, it's just a slog. Another big fish. Jabba the Hutt, that's like, oh my god, Jabba, he's returning. And Bib Fortuna as well. Good lord. Can't wait to see Bib Fortuna. I hope he gets like 40 minutes of screen time.
They were no wonder.
No Jabba's looking fucking like a badass still. I bet he's got all his communications intact. No one's disrupting his Zoom calls. You get this shitty battle. I'm pretty sure that grass waving in there is the only thing that's real in this shot. I don't see anything special about either of these trailers. They're trying their best to polish the turds, but they don't really do it for me. They don't make these films look good. And I was expecting to like see this and be like, oh wow, Phantom Menace looks pretty epic here. Oh my god. Do you see that? Look at that, mate. He's terrified. Good lord. I'm going to actually watch Phantom Menace as soon as I'm done recording this video, because just I want to know what he's looking at. I don't remember there being something as so terrifying to warrant that facial reaction.
I can only protect you.
He was looking there and he was crouching, and then he comes up and he sees the droids and he's like, no, puts his hand out and uses the Force, and they fly off like that, and it's so epic. And you can just feel the weight, the literal weight of the droids and their defeat as they crumble to the floor helplessly. So the prequels, and especially Phantom Menace, are some of the most infamous like bad movies ever made. I'm pretty sure that in some way all of the internet movie discussion and critiques all stemmed from the prequels somehow, or the Phantom Menace from 1999. There's the very famous Mr. Plinkett reviews of the prequels, and for anyone who doesn't know that either, they're essentially the Citizen Kane of YouTube film reviews. Almost every YouTube film reviewer has taken from that channel, from those reviews.
After the rough cut screening of the movie for the first time, everyone in attendance looks just as baffled at the clusterfuck as we were.
It's just ridiculously influential. So overall, I think the prequels are just a very integral part of internet film culture. I don't think I'm ever going to review them myself because it's just been absolutely done to death. But I'll share my brief opinion of them, and it's just that I just don't care. I liked them growing up and I watched them all the time because there was a weird period where I only had 4 Star Wars films, and that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I didn't have Empire and Return of the Jedi. So for a decent amount of time in my really early years, Star Wars was those 4 films, which is the vast majority fucking prequels there. Yeah, I just rewatched them over and over again, but I rewatched it like Power Rangers the movie and stuff, so that doesn't really mean anything. They were a huge part of my childhood. Then once in high school, I think I tried to rewatch them, starting from episode 1, and I was like, oh, there was the dialogue, yeah, I just clocked on straight away that, okay, there's something wrong with this. This is like watching a really cringy kids film, because, I mean, it is in that way. I don't hate the prequels. I'm not like passionately against them. They're not good movies by any stretch of the imagination. The scores, though, are fucking astonishing, like some of John Williams' best work. On a cultural level, they just don't add anything to the science fiction genre or the fantasy genre. By the late 90s to early 2000s, Star Wars had outlived its purpose. This was the time for new things like Lord of the Rings and The Matrix. I really do just wish that we could have just left Star Wars alone as those 70s, 80s films, just one of them like Back to the Future. The way that the Star Wars franchise is held at this godlike status is just really quite dumb, just setting yourself up for failure almost when you romanticize these fictional pieces of entertainment as these like gift from the gods kind of thing. They just want to keep everything going, and it's happened with all the fucking major franchises of the 80s, and yeah, we live in a society, and we're getting into that territory, you know. No one can just go back and enjoy the original 3 for what they were and be satisfied. They want more. They always want fucking more. I always think of that scene in Inception where his wife's like, oh, we were supposed to live happily ever after together. We were supposed to live, we were supposed to grow old together. And then he just goes, we did do that. We had our time, but now it's time for things to end. And that's a really like touching moment. I always just think about that with like, you should tell that to the Star Wars fans. Like, we had our time. It was beautiful. It was in the 70s and 80s. That was our time. Now we're actually doing damage to the industry by trying to revive the corpse that is Star Wars. You remember how clean the original Star Wars film was? Rebels are the goodies, Empire's the baddies, Luke is the hero, Ben Kenobi's the mentor, Princess Leia's the damsel in distress, Han Solo's the bad boy. Just so simple, so clear cut, so earnest, just such a clean structure. But Phantom Menace is all this weird shit about trade blockades. That's how it starts, with a blockade of trade, and at the end they have to have like a vote of no confidence for Chancellor Valorum.
A tragedy has occurred,
which started right here with the taxation of trade routes.
Will you defer your motion to allow a commission to explore the validity of your accusations?
I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership.
Just so they can have a fucking battle at the end, and the battle sucks because with a bunch of these shitty droids. Imagine that. Imagine going to a Star Wars film, you're like, oh, I can't wait for an amazing adventure, and then you have to like sit through this boring fucking vote in this political election. Like, wow. This taught a whole generation of filmmakers how to do action scenes or how not to do action scenes, like less is more. All of that. Like, don't just flood you the screen with a bunch of random enemies, because that's not how you establish weight in an action scene. You have to be clever. You can't just have these OP Jedi that just deflect every bullet and are in no real danger. The only good thing that have come of the prequels are the memes, and most importantly the Mr. Plinkett reviews and all the other good reviews that are out there. But I don't think I'm going to rewatch the Phantom Menace anytime soon, but maybe I'll go and rewatch. I'll probably watch the Plinkett reviews before I do watch the actual films. So in conclusion, neither are good trailers, neither are interesting trailers or artistic or have anything cool going for them. You could say I don't have the context, I wasn't alive at the time, but you could also go the other way with that and say that the people who are raving about this trailer have maybe got nostalgia glasses on, but then I don't want to be dissing David though. But maybe it is, but you know, maybe next time I go on the podcast we'll have a discussion about that, and that'll be a subject for another tangent that we go on. But yeah, check out Don't Blame the Pilot, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned them enough on my channel, but yeah, it's the first and only podcast I've been on so far. But it was a quick decision to go on their podcast because I just listened to them and they just chilled out, laid back, authentic opinions. You don't want something that's overly produced or overly structured. Like, next topic of discussion is, it's just, yeah, they review pilot episodes of TV shows. I think I should probably mention that as well. That's the whole point. Yeah, they review pilot episodes of TV shows. They'll end up covering all TV shows, all like important TV shows throughout all the different eras. So the 3 messages of the video are: both trailers are just boring and mediocre. The Jedis were sexually repressed morons who deserved Order 66, and you should all go and check out Don't Blame the Pilot on Spotify because they're really cool. They are cool, not like these trailers.
Wipe them out. All of them.
You should do like a Whiplash thing where the guy's so determined to be a Jedi that he like fucking isolates and fucks his entire like social life. That'd be a cool film, a cool Star Wars film. Like he's just obsessed with becoming a Jedi. He's like, I don't need you in my life, get out. And he's like a cunt to his girlfriend. Or boyfriend, because it could be a female lead. Or it could still be a male lead if there's a boyfriend, because it's LGBT. You got to include them. Sorry, okay, don't fucking snipe me. Yeah, keep coming with the recommendations, because you get more comments on the video, and that helps with the algorithm. But also as well, yeah, because I want to obviously hear what you guys want me to cover. I've got plenty of good suggestions, but yeah, just keep doing niche shit now, or just famous trailers. There's some other weirdo in the comments who keeps wanting me to do Carrie. Movies and Milk, he's called. Let's just say by the time I do cover Carrie, the Carrie trailer, he'll be called Movies and Cheese. Also comment below what the worst Star Wars film is in your opinion, and if you want to say something like, oh well, actually it's Empire Strikes Back or 1977 one, you're free to do so, but at your own risk. I'm not going to be there to save you. But here's the real question: can I say the N-word next episode? Tune in to find out.